Hello everyone, myself Ms. Alexi Parmar, working as a nursing tutor in Knowledge Institute of Nursing, Bakrol. So our today's topic is principles of documentation. So this is the second topic of the unit number 6, that is documentation and reporting. Now what are the principles of documentation? So the principle of documentation includes so many points, that are the date and time, legibility, accuracy, completeness, legal prudence, appropriateness, correct spelling, conciseness, organization, sequence and timeless, corrections, omissions, signature, and confidentiality. So these are the things that we have to keep in our mind during documentation or during making our recording and reporting of the patients in the hospitals. So first point is date and time. So document that the nurses are making or writing should be with an up-to-date date and time of each recording. So the nurse should document with the time and with the date that is been mentioned in the records or the reporting. Now record time in conventional manner, that is 9 a.m., 6 p.m., etc. So we have to write an exact time, that is, for example, 9 a.m., 6 p.m. So we have to mention that AM or PM or according to the 24-hour clocks, that is the military clocks. Now, second, avoid recording in advance. So the nurse should avoid the recording that she is doing in advance. So the nurse don't have to record the thing that she haven't done or the thing that she is planning to do. So after the thing that has been completed or the work that is been completed, she have to record only and only if she have completed the work. Now, legibility. So the entries must be legible and easy to read. The writing must be clear, and very important is recording numbers and the medical terms. So here, the nurse should write a document or a record in such a form that it should be clear, it should be easily readable to the other people or the other health professionals, and the more important thing is that the recording numbers and the medical terms. So the medical terms should be appropriate as if the nurse is recording or documenting the things in the hospital about the patients. Now correct spelling. So in the documentation or while recording or documenting anything, the nurse should aware about the spellings what she is mentioning in her file of the patient. So the nurse should aware about the spelling that should be correct and with an essential accuracy. That means she must know and she must be accurate about the spelling what she is mentioning in the file. Now, if unsure about the spelling, the nurse should use a dictionary or any other source of the book that can help to write her in the file. Now, permanence. So, in permanence, that means the entry should be done in a dark ink. So, the dark ink is being used because it should not be invisible or get lighter day by day, and that helps to identify changes and allows duplication, that is Xerox. So if the entries or the documentations will be in a dark ink, that would help to identify if there is a change made by the other health professionals, or it will also help in easy and clear duplication, that is the Xerox. Now, fifth is accepted terminology. So, in accepted terminology, the nurse should not be bluffing in the terminology or writing the fake terminology. So, here the nurse should write a common abbreviations or the symbols that are being easily understandable with the healthcare professionals, and use universally accepted abbreviation. So here in the documentation, the nurse should use such kind of abbreviations or the symbols or the terms that are useful in universal level. So all the healthcare professional, if the healthcare professional is coming from foreign, so that abbreviation that the nurse have been mentioned should be easily understandable by the all healthcare professionals. That is the universal accepted of abbreviations is to be used in the documentation process. Now fluctual. Now descriptive objective information about what nurse sees, hears, feels and smells. So here the nurse have to descriptively write the information, that is the objective information about the patient, what the patient have spoken or the nurse have been seen through the patient or from the patient, that is the what the nurse sees, hears or feels and smells from the patient. Then use of inference without supporting data is not acceptable. So without the use of inferences, without the supporting data, the thing that is being not acceptable here, and the vague terms like appears, seems, or apparently is not being accepted. So here, if the nurse writes, if the patient is saying, if if the patient is explaining something, the nurse should not have to report in the documentation that the patient seems like or appears like. That should be complete and in an accurate form exactly as the patient explains to the nurse. So whatever the patient explains to the nurse should record or report in same manner. The words like appears, seems, or apparently is not being used or that is not acceptable in this documentation process. Now next, include objective signs of the problems. So if here the objective signs that are being uh, explained by the patients or the problems that are being explained by the patient to the nurse, that all things have to be included in the documentation. Now next, subjective data is documented in the client's exact words within the quotation marks. So here the subjective data is been documented exactly as the patient explains to the nurse with the quotation marks. Means if the patient says, I am having fever, but I was also having such and such thing or so and so thing. So here the quotation marks make such impact in the documentation. Now accurate. So here in accuracy, the client's name and identification data must be written on each page of the clinical record. So here the nurse makes a file, okay, patient file. So in that file, each and every clinical record or each and every page should be there with a name mentioned of the client, that is the client's name and identification data of the patient on each and every page of the clinical record, that is the clinical file maintained by the nurse by the patient. Now entries must be accurate. So all of the entries that have been done should be accurate and in a correct form. Now right observations, the individual has been seen, heard, smelled or been left. An observation made by another health professional must be identified at first such and use precise measurement and times as far as possible. So we have to use an exact measurement, that is the to make an accuracy. For example, intake of 450 ml of water, then writing adequate amount of water. So in file, if the nurses maintains the record as in writing the patient's adequate amount of water of the day was being fulfilled or the patient have an adequate amount of water throughout the day. So that is not an accurate form. We have to mention the total amount of the water or the total intake of the water is 450 ml of water or 550 ml of water throughout the day. So this is an accurate form of measurement, that is the exact measurement. Now, client's name and identification, as I said, that it should be written on the each page of the patient's file. Now, before making any entry in the chat, make sure that it is a correct. So, before maintaining or making any entry in the chat, we should check whether it is correct or not, and we should be sure about that it is correct or not. Chat only, chart only your observations and actions to be accountable. So we have to only mention the things that we have observed and the things we have treated or the actions that is being done on the patient. Now, if any mistakes occur while recording or reporting, we have to draw a simple line on that, the thing which has been mistaken. And then after that, drawing a line on the mistaken part, we have to write the correct one above the uh, part that is been mistaken or next to the part that was been mistaken. Okay. And then we have to mention our name by whom the mistake is being improved. Okay, so other person or the healthcare professional can know about that, the person who have made mistaken and who have corrected that mistake. Next, do not erase or bloat or use correction fluids. So if we have a mistake been noted or been done during writing the documentation, we don't have to erase that mistakes or we don't have to use whiteners or that correction fluid. Instead, we have to follow the step we studied, the further step. Okay. Now follow agency policy while making computerized charting. So while we are making an computerized form charting, we have to follow all the agency's policies that have been mentioned of the things while making an computerized form charting. Now write on every line but not in between the lines. So we have to write on each and every line but not in between the lines. Now draw a line through the blank spaces so that no additional information can be added. Once we have completed recording or documenting the things in the file, we have to just draw the line if there is the space been emptied or left in below the completed things. So we have to make a line so that no additional things can be added up by the other healthcare personnel. Now, sequence. Document events in order of occurrence, example record assessment, then nursing interventions, and then client's response. So we have to check the sequence and then we have to arrange it according to that sequence or the events of the document. So first the assessment. So first the process of assessment is been capped and then the nursing intervention. So what all the assessment is being done by the nurse, then what all the interventions are being planned for the patient, and then what was the client's responses. So according to the event, the documentation have to be uh, ordered or formed in that sequence form. Now update or delete problems as needed. So as the updation or the problems have been gone, we have to delete as per the need. Now, appropriateness. Record information pertaining to the client health problems and care only, and avoid personal information that are inappropriate. So here we have to uh, write a write in the records the appropriate information of the patient's healthcare problems and the care. So we don't have to just write anything or bluff anything in the recording that the patient even doesn't have suffering from the that problems. So if the patient is suffering from hypertension and diabetes, so we just have to mention that the patient is suffering from the hypertension as well as diabetes. We don't have to add up such kind of disease or anything, any other health problems in that. So that should be appropriate, and we have to avoid all the personal information that are inappropriate. Now, completeness. So document all necessary information. So we have to document all the necessary information of the client or the patient or the health problems of the patient. It should give a clear picture of what took place. So while recording, we should that should be in such a manner that the if the other healthcare personnel reads the documentation or the record, he or she should get a clear picture exactly what the patient is suffering from. Okay, so we should mention in such a form that the one who is going to read or is not knowing about the patient, or the one who didn't have meet to the patient, should get a clear picture about the patient's information as well as the patient's problem. Now, complete pertinent assessment data such as vital signs, wound drainage, client complaints, who was notified, and what interventions are carried out, etc., are being recorded. So here, what all the client problems are being there, what are the complaints of the client, then what all things or the procedures or what all the interventions are being carried out by the nurses, that all should be recorded completely in the documentation process. Now, current. Timely entries are must, and keeping record at bedside may facilitate immediate documentation. So, after completion of any interventions or any of the actions on the patient, we have to immediately write or report the things in the file. So that makes an easy thing and forgetfulness by the nurse. Now, keeping record at bedside may facilitate immediate documentation. So that should be immediate. So making that immediately, we have to keep the records at the bedside, and that would facilitate the immediate documentation. Now, the activities or the findings recorded at the time of occurrence include the following. So, what are the activities or the findings that should be recorded at the time when that problem or the things or the action is being done, or during that action? That are the vital signs, administration of drugs, or the treatment that is being given, then preparations for diagnostic test or surgery. So here, what all the diagnostic tests are being planning or being prepared or for the surgery or during the surgery. Then change in the client's health status and who was notified. So what all the changes is being uh, seen or being happened uh, in the health status of the client, and who notified that, even that we have to mention in the documentation. Now, admission, transfer, discharge, or death of the client. So we have to mention about the admission process, the transfer process, where the patient got transferred, who transferred it, and what all the process. Then the discharge, how the patient has been discharged, after the full recovery is been done or not. All the things have to be mentioned. Now, if there is death of the client occurs, then we have to mention about that also in an accurate form and in complete form. Now, next, treatment for a sudden change in the client status. So, if the patient is having a sudden change in the health status, so we have to mention what was the treatment that was being given to the patient during the sudden change of the client's health status. Now, conciseness, that is brevity. Recording need to be brief as well as complete to save the time in communication. So the recording that should be in a brief thing and as well as in a complete, to save a time in communication. Brief means in short, but that should complete the all communication in shorter thing or shorter sentences. Now, client's name and the word client can be omitted. So, whenever recording each and everything, we can omit or we can skip the thing of that is the client's name as well as the word client. So we just need to write so and say so thing that we have this treatment was given, this treatment was given, or this action or this procedure was being done at that time or this time, instead of writing all the time that patient name is so and so XYZ. So XYZ received this type of treatment. XYZ client received this type of treatment or procedure. Okay. So we have to omit such things that client's name and the word client in every or each point of the recording or reporting things. Use accept abbreviation. So here we have to use an accepted universal abbreviation. Organized. Information should have logical manner. Example, description of pain, nurse's assessment and interventions, and the client's response. So here we have to go through the an organization or in a logical manner. So first, description of pain. So if the complaint, that is the complaint. Okay, so here firstly we have to mention about the complaint of the patient, that if the patient is having pain, so we have to write in detail about the pain, what kind of pain, where the pain is. Now after that, nurse's assessment. So what all the nurse assess, and then after that, what all the interventions are being carried out, and after that, what all the uh, client gets response, okay, through the interventions. Now this helps in preventing any omissions of the information. So this will help to uh, prevent any skip or omissions of information by recording it in the file, and that would be easy to read. Now signature. So each recording is signed by the nurse. So after writing or recording each page, the nurse that have been recorded or documented such things, she have to sign her in below. Now signature includes the name and the title. So here whosoever or the nurse if signs there, she have to mention her name, as well as in all hospitals she have or the nurse have to mention the ID number of the nurse. Okay. Now in computerized charting, nurse will have his or her own code. So as I told, the nurse will have her own code or the number that will be given by the registration time of the nurse. So that she have to mention there, or in the computerized charting that would be mentioned automatically as she signs up with her name in the computerized charting form. Now, last one is confidentiality. All the client's record are confidential files. So what is confidential file? That we don't have to share anything about the patient to the other person. So we don't have to just talk about the patient that with our friends, that so and so patient was suffering such kind of things and blah blah. So we don't have to just explain or just tell all other things about the patient. That should be just an confidential things and should not be shared with any other person except the healthcare personnel who are treating the patient. Now the information in the chart is personal as well as legal. So all the information in the file or the chart is very personal as well as a legal document. So we don't have to break the confidentiality and don't have to share this with any other person except the healthcare personnel who are treating the patient. Now, record shouldn't be copied without the permission of the client. So here we don't have to copy the records without the permission of the client. Okay. So if any person who is coming from outside, unknown person that is coming from outside inside the hospital or the ward, so we don't have to allow to copy that information about the client without the permission of the client. Nurse should not allow any outsiders to verify the client record. So as I told that we don't have to allow the unknown person or outsiders for the receiving or verifying the client's record. Thank you.